a touchdown to tie the game. The clock is not really against us, though we go downfield, and that's going to be intercepted by Deion Sanders. What is up, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Making Mahomes, where we start off with the 78 overall core gold Patrick Mahomes and try to power him up all the way to his 99 overall NFL Honors MVP card. And the only way to power up our Patrick Mahomes is by winning a game. And our team overall, all of our players, will reflect the same overall as the current state of our Patrick Mahomes. So far, we've only won one game, but the fact that we actually won one game is quite a miracle in itself. Before I even start these videos, I should just start off by saying do not try this at home, because what we are doing is very, very difficult, alright? Like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried playing with an 80 overall team when your opponent has a chock full of 99 overalls, which we are going against here. It's not easy at all, especially when this dude is running his pass rush settings on aggressive. You don't need to do that against 80 overall offensive linemen, yet this guy feels the need to do that anyways. But maybe he does need the aggressive pass rush, because we are moving the ball pretty well so far on this drive. How about Patrick Mahomes 4 for 4, 53 yards? Oh, but Rashad Penny gives the entire drive away with that fumble. Oh dear heavens, did he get rocked. I told you guys last episode, the hits are bigger. You will see more big hits when lower overall players go against higher overall players. And I didn't make that up, as Marcus Allen on the run. This guy's got a chock full backfield. He's got Marcus Allen, Ricky Williams, Barry Sanders, all high overalls. So we got our hands full. And since we were not able to get even a field goal on that last drive, we're still at 0 while he's working on getting some points. And taking quite a while to do it. He has true clock on right here, which I'm okay with, just as long as, we can come up with a stop. If we can shorten this game and shorten the amount of possessions offensively that our opponents get, fine by me, as Michael Vick just gets that pass off to, I believe that was Barry Sanders, out the backfield for the first down, as Barry with the catch and with that speed able to get to the 16-yard line. That takes us to the 2-minute warning. Marcus Allen spinning behind the line, getting that first down to the 12. The clock continues to chew. Now we can hold him to just the never mind. I was going to talk about how we can hold him to a field goal. That's a win for our defense. And Marcus Allen said, "Be quiet, I'm scoring a touchdown." So he goes on a long drive, he scores a touchdown after we fumble the ball, so that's a little bit demoralizing, as Mahomes looking right corner for Sprinkles. That'll be Sprinkles. I think his name is just Jeremy Sprinkle. Either way, intercepted, and our boy Sprinkles will make the tackle on Roquan Smith. I saw our guy maybe a second too late right there, and he ended up making the nice pick, staying in bounds for the interception. I thought it might just be an incomplete pass. Instead, here he is, immediately getting great field position, and Marcus Allen gonna follow his blocker in for the touchdown. Minute 3 left, and what was briefly a promising start is now looking not so great for us, as Philip Dorsett makes the catch on the comeback route. But remember, the last game we played, we made a 21-point comeback right before the end of the first half. In order to make any sort of comeback, we're going to need Mahomes to make that throw to Kirk with second down. We definitely do not need to throw user picks to Ryan Shazier, and Shazier is celebrating on the return. He might have had a pick 6, but he's too busy taunting us, as Michael Vick breaks the sack attempt, throws downfield, and it's going to be intercepted by, I believe, the first name Anthony, last name Maddox, definitely, as from our own end zone, Mahomes eluding the potential sack, the potential safety, but can't get away, as we eventually do get taken down. But, we still are at 14-0 rather than 16-0, as my opponent calls a timeout. Not a bad strategy here, trying to force the issue, try to get, any sort of points out of this, and he's going to call his last timeout. 4 seconds left, fake field, or fake punt, and that's definitely not going to work. I try to give our fullback Derek Coleman a passing opportunity instead of Patrick Mahomes. Let's just keep the passing attempts to the actual quarterback, the star of the series, Mahomes, because he just got 3 free points out of that little trip we had, that little epidemic, and that's why my opponent was calling timeouts. You call your timeouts, see if you can force your opponent into a mistake, and that's kind of what he did right there, as we get called for the face mask penalty. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hop out of this game. Look at this guy's team, literally entirely 99 overalls, I think, except for his strong safety. So that's ridiculous. As you guys see, like, we got a 0 to 17. Let's just hop into another game. But as we hop into our next game, of course, the great matchmaking of EA Sports puts us against the same guy with the same 99s across the board. So, yeah, this game might not go too well either. We're not going to quit right away, though. We're going to see if, we could get something going before we quit, and definitely want to see if this guy might make a mistake, because here he is celebrating before the clock officially starts, now jumping out of his own end zone and taking down the 13-yard line. This guy clearly feeling cocky after he celebrated earlier. But remember, when he celebrated with Ryan Shazier, he threw away a potential pick 6 and instead threw an interception to Maddox. So we could, somehow coax him into getting too cocky and making a mistake or two. You never know what can happen. I've seen us win an AFC championship game that we should not have been in contention in at all. So, hey, Patrick Mahomes, do your thing against this guy. As Mahomes is in a ton of trouble, throws the ball away, but no one's in the area. And I guess we didn't leave the pocket, so they're going to call that intentional grounding. 2nd down and 1 becomes 3rd down and 15, becomes 3rd down and 10. Because once again, same guy. Remember, he had his pass rush on aggressive early last game. He has the same thing going on again as 3rd down. I believe that was a curl route that got thrown to the sidelines. 4th down, we're going to go for it here in a little act of desperation. And Mahomes overthrows the receiver who was wide open on the curl route. And just like that, the turnover we got from Maddox ends up being a gain for my opponent because he has better field position than he had before. 2nd down and 10. Michael Vick time going end zone touchdown. But I think that's going to be intentional grounding or intentional touching. Yes, it is. So that means the touchdown is wiped off the board. Now it's 3rd down and 10 early on in this game. Michael Vick well protected. No one coming close to him. The nearest man falls down. Vick extra time is able to find Barry Sanders in the left corner of the end zone. That's a touchdown, and he's going for the 2-point conversion, pitching it outside to Marcus Allen. He slows down for no reason, trying to hit the spin move, but we are going to make the tackle, and on top of that, he's onside kicking. This guy, yeah, like I said, he was cocky and then some. Like, wow, bro, like, you're going against a team full of 80 overalls. No need to flex. Like, do you really have to do that to an 80 overall team? I kind of feel bad for this guy, because, like, if you gotta do this to someone this much lower than you, like, I digress. Let's hop into the game right here, because since he onside kicked and we did recover and we did allow the ball to Juju, we actually have some decent field position here, and on this play, that's a defensive breakdown for sure. Kirkwood in for the touchdown. I told you guys last episode that Key Kirkwood might be a potential go-to receiver for us, and so far that is showing out to be true as Deion Sanders celebrating and leaving the end zone once again. And since we go for the PAT, we actually have ourselves a 1-point lead. Remember what I said? We could get this guy doing silly things when he gets confident, like onside kicking. That shortens the field for us. That's less field to work with our low overall team. I've seen crazier things happen. If he chews the clock like he did in the last game, I don't think he'll do it when he's down by 1, but if he ever does that, that'll shorten possessions, and that is good for us as he just gets the pass off. That will be an illegal forward pass. 3rd down and 13 becomes 4th down and 17, and look at this. He's punting the ball to us. I didn't even think he would punt the ball. I figured he would go fake punt, so I came out on a defense right here. We're just going to fair catch that with Jimmy Ward as we go to Rashad Penny. We have ourselves a 1-point lead going into the 2nd quarter against a team that we literally just lost 17-0 to in the 3rd quarter. So, I mean, look, man, this David versus Goliath story is what makes the Making Mahomes series, and that's a big-time conversion. Sprinkle, a.k.a. Sprinkles, in for the 1st down, and look at us chewing clock now. I'm trying to limit the possessions in these games, trying to make these drives last as long as possible, but Sprinkle sprinkles the ball onto the ground. Roquan Smith potentially had a scoop and score. He got his own players in the way right there, so he ends up getting taken down to 32-yard line. Barry Sanders trying to make quick work of our defense, and once again, promising drive against the same opponent in a different game is done away by a fumble, and that's just something that we're going to face with this team, I guess. Like, it was a miracle Sprinkle even caught that ball, and then the fact that he gave the ball up, like, after breaking the tackle, like, thanks, bro. Like, you could have just not caught it. As Michael Vick got the 2-minute warning, gonna get taken down for what is technically a sack. He's trying to catch us off or on aggressive. We're not aggressive. Our pass rush settings are normal. 2nd down and That's going to be intercepted by Jenkins. And that is a blown opportunity at getting the lead for my opponent. And he continues to make mistakes, giving us hope that we can actually win this game against a team full of 99 overalls. Philip Dorsett with the catch. I tried to spin away from a potential big hit, but he actually whiffed with Showtime. We would have been better off if I didn't spin, and we would have definitely been better off if I didn't throw that pass. The fact that that wasn't intercepted was straight up lucky right there. That was double coverage as Mahomes somehow eluding pressure, but cannot get that pass. I can't even throw it away before as Richard Sherman hawks us down. 3rd down and 12. He calls the timeout. Mahomes coughs up the ball. This time we're able to recover a fumble, but we continue to cough up the pigskin. I saw someone leave a comment in the last video that we've seen the fumble more with this team and Mahomes seems to miss more throws as we've upgraded our team, which might be true as Tony Gonzalez skies for the catch, breaks the tackle, and Tony Gonzalez right before the end of the first half off to the races, and he's gonna fly in, and he's not gonna go in just yet. Of course, he's gonna taunt a little bit, and that was a very unfortunate play. We were set up to go into halftime with a 1-point lead. We did everything we needed to do, and I kind of gambled with a blitz right there, and Tony Gonzalez catching the ball in the middle of the field. My opponent only having 1 timeout left was fine by me. I just didn't expect Tony Gonzalez, of all people, to juke one of our guys as we throw it to Rashad Penny on the screen pass that had a touch-up potential, ends up getting taken down, and then, you know, he just breaks the tackle. That's unfortunate. So we're going to give our opponent a dose of his own medicine by celebrating with Philip Dorsett before taking our touchback. I said last episode that we were not going to return any more kicks. I'm going to hold that true to my word. I'm going to try to return, you know, the least amount of kicks as I possibly can. As long as they kick it in the end zone, I'm taking a touchback, all right? We can't, like, we fumbled the ball so many times as it is. We can't continue to fumble the ball, right? We have to value our possession. So, thankfully, you know, we do get ball coming out of the second half. Oh, my. We got away with one right there trying to hit Juju Smith-Schuster. You see Mahomes, pretty good numbers right here, but that completion won't do us much. We actually lose 2 yards on the play. 3rd down and 12. Need a first down, and Juju is not going to get it awfully close. 4th down and 2. We could go for it here, but we're going to send Greg Joseph on the field to kick the field goal. It's up and good. We're going to take our 3 points. And even though, you know, we're clearly the underdogs in this situation, he's going to celebrate in our touchback here. You know what? I feel like we can actually force this guy into one more mistake. And, you know, I want to get the 3 points so we, you know, have the opportunity of taking a field goal on our next drive and potentially just a touchdown to straight up win it. Just want to keep our options open. And if our opponent gets a field goal back on us, that's fine as well, because that just means, you know, we can get a touchdown to win the game. So just trying to keep our options open right now. It'll be all for naught if my opponent scores a touchdown right here. 3rd down and 5. He's coming out in that 5 wide he's been liking throughout both games, and he gets a big first down conversion via the Michael Vick scramble. Gonna get one more runoff with Ricky Williams, and as you guys see, he's starting to chew clock, taking this down to the 4th quarter. Now that he has his lead, he's trying to shorten the game, which, like I said, fine by me, as long as we don't give up a touchdown here. Oh, what a throw over Darius Leonard, the rookie Pro Bowler for the Indianapolis Colts, but since he's only an 80 overall on our team, he won't be making that play, as Ricky Williams with the unnecessary spin move. The clock continuing to wind down. Now under 3 minutes to go in this game. That makes this red zone possession oh so more crucial for our defense, needing to stop Michael Vick, though. Gonna die for the first down. That will count as inbounds, which means 30 more seconds approximately will be chewed off the clock. Here is Ricky Williams bouncing, spinning, powering through one, but can't be free, eventually brought down at the 10-yard line. It's 2nd down and goal at the 2-minute warning. One more time, Ricky gets by our user defender, trying to charge Jimmy Ward, but tackled at the 8-yard line, inbounds. We don't call a timeout. 3rd down, runs it one more time with Ricky, and we'll get Ricky Williams breaking free. Darius Leonard saves the potential touchdown that would have ended our chances. Instead, tackled in bounds. We call our timeout, and he kicks the field goal up and good, and now we have given ourselves a chance to get the go-ahead game-winning touchdown on this drive with 1:19 left. We are going to take the touchback, and now it's time for Patrick Mahomes. We just need one touchdown drive to put this guy away. Juju on the catch, one cutting upfield to the 31-yard line, but every catch in bounds is a win for his defense because that clock chews down. Now under a minute to go. Mahomes way behind the line, throwing that ball away, stops the clock. 3rd down and 4, play action. He sends the blitz, rolling out, finding Sprinkle. goal. Even though it's only a short game, we need to move those chains, so mission accomplished. We call our first of our 2 remaining timeouts, looking to pass one more time, pressure, and down goes Mahomes at the 28-yard line. Big sack, can't burn that final timeout just yet, so now under 30 seconds to go. Mahomes looking pressure downfield. Philip Dorsett, but Dorsett cannot hang on after the hit. Now under 25 seconds to go. Blitz one more time. Now Kirkwood can't make the catch. Back-to-back first downs, nullified by big hits. Not a game on the line on this 4th down, and Mahomes can't even think about what he wants to do. We get not sacked, but it's a turnover on downs regardless. My opponent is not needing the ball though, so he's giving us a window of opportunity to win the game on a defensive touchdown. We're working for it. Oh, we forced an incompletion, but Jerry Rice gets the ball off his own deflection. He's calling timeouts here. He really wants to run up this score, and that he will do, hitting Antonio Brown in the end zone for a touchdown. That definitely puts this game away. 2-point conversion unnecessary. Not going to get it anyways. And it looks like we will end up taking the 12-point loss in this game. We had a couple of chances. You know, there are a couple of things you can't second guess. You know, how the last drive went. Should we have went for the field goal or, you know, go for the 4th down? But I'm okay with the decisions we made, man. Like, we fought hard that game, and our win is coming, man. If we could hang in a game with a team full of 99 overalls like this guy had, like, we can win a game with this 80 overall team. When? I don't know, but I mean, if we believe we can, you know, turn our, you know, dreams into reality, right? So that's the hope. And this guy sent that message afterwards. I found that funny. All I sent him was an LMAO, because the fact that he felt the need to send a too easy message to an 80 overall team, like I said, man, I feel bad for this guy and his personal problems. But leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Patrick Mahomes and the boys fighting, trying to claw and win in this David versus Goliath battle. Subscribe for more Madden 19 gameplays, and I'll catch you guys next time for more Making Mahomes. Hopefully we can upgrade our Mahomes next episode from an 80 overall to an 82.